You see better. I'm not sure. Something's changed. See more of it. So anyway, this would be where I would build a house, I think.
You'd up this all?
I'd up like a selective amount. And I'd thicken the hedge, obviously. And I'd probably build somewhere, like maybe only take out like just some of this row. You know, go 50 feet in, however big a house you wanted to make, but leave everything else behind it.
The coconuts would be cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind losing some view, then I wouldn't take any of them out. And so we've done. Yeah. And it's a nice, you'll see, it's a really nice.
That's a good idea that you planted Samoa into the tall ones.
Yeah, so like most of them are all full grown already.
Oh, wow.
And we've been eating hundreds of coconuts off these. We do gallons a week sometimes.
That's cool.
Yeah, we like it. The only work you have to do on these trees is when the side branches come off, just knock them off. We just did that again last week. It took like an hour. It's really minimal work every few months.
So you said they'd be ready to whatever?
Well, 4 years ago, we were told 5 to 7 years, then it would be ready for a $300,000 harvest. So probably like 3 more years maybe. You know, it's hard to estimate if it's growing conditions or what. Man, the pigs are going crazy here. We got to get rid of them again. That happened about 2 years ago, and the guy came in. He must have taken 15 pigs off the property and fed Kilauea. Yeah. Every few years, after rains or something, they seem to get more plentiful.
And this is the driveway to get in?
Yeah, we'll go stand on that.
Oh, wow.
You drive right through a nice.
Through the palm trees.
Yeah.
What Sean grew, I haven't seen him in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's looking more and more like you.
I know. It used to be the other way around, that Justin was more like me and he was more like Doreen, and now it's a total switch.
Sean's got really those same eyes that
Yeah.
really like pop with that presence.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got these really dreamy eyes. So this is the entrance to Ko'olau Road. There's the little bridge.
Oh, so it's right after the bridge.
Right after the bridge, and you come up and drive through this coconut lined driveway. I think it's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah, and then that side is what I'm keeping, that side of the driveway.
The rock, oh yeah.
Yeah, so that rock wall you'd see, but it would be not on your property. It would be like a line going from...
And people
Go ahead.
park for the school?
Yeah, they park up there, yeah, on the other side of the rock driveway. And that's 3 days a week for 6 months. And it probably won't happen forever, but it's happening now. That's a sandalwood tree, which is one of the rare ones on the island
Oh,
still.
yeah?
Yeah, it's seeding right now, the little red seeds, you know, they make malas out of and stuff.
Yeah, I got some from a guy here that cut down one.
Yeah. So we can go into the yard here and see the rest of the orchard and get the feel.
I really like this driveway.
I know, isn't it
Really
sweet?
cool. Did you get a shot of the driveway? Very cool.
Yeah. We have a website.
This could sell it right here at the driveway.
Exactly.
That's about it.
If you check, I think it's leejoseph.org, and then look on there, something like special offerings or something. There's a page on this thing with some pictures, leejoseph.org. The front pages are more about the awareness work.
Oh, cool.
So we can either walk up the driveway more, because you can see the fence over there, right?
Yeah.
So this whole field here. So this got most of the flat land and all the orchard and all the forest and, you know, the good building and all that. So that's what we're selling, and we're just keeping the raw land and Sean's thing.
Okay. It has a good, definitely good feel. Yeah, let's walk in the orchard.
Yeah, I'd like to eat a grapefruit actually, or something. And we've never done anything with this other than give stuff away. But sometimes it's just like most of it falls to the ground.
Go to farmer's market. My dad's thinking about going to farmer's market.
Really?
With all of his oranges.
Nice.
Once it gets really going.
Huh, look at that. Signs of a human. Chocolate covered caramels with ants.
Grapefruit?
Nice. These little ones, and they're still they're tasty. There's a couple other grapefruit trees and other kind.
Can I have one?
Oh yeah. Eat your heart's content.
And then these are oranges?
Looks like it. That one looks, somebody's been there. And these are navels, I guess, here with the little belly buttons sticking out. Those are lychees we walked by at first, and lemons and tangerines and...
So they're the little leaf one?
To your left. To your left. See, that's an egg fruit in front of you now.
Lychee.
Yeah. There's no lychee fruit right now. They're not in season.
Well, you guys could make lemonade galore.
We could. This is egg fruit. This is a great tree. And that's a lychee tree. There's another one on the other side of it. They're healthy. They're doing good.
What are these, lime?
Yeah, I think so.
Our lime tree isn't going at all this year.
Oh, really?
We lost it.
Wow. We have a grapefruit here that didn't do that well over here. This one here. This is a strange looking grapefruit tree. I think it'll do better next year, I think. During the drought it got really dry. If I knew I was performing for a video, I would probably...
Do a few flips?
You know, yeah, do a few flips, maybe have worn a dress or something.
Okay.
It's okay.
I love it for who you are.
I grew up in Florida, stealing grapefruits from people's orchards and eating them. This always reminds me of it when I walk around.
That's
eat
what
'em.
we do. Well, my friend. Well, that's awesome.
So not on the rectangle that's for sale, but beyond the rectangle, it goes behind that lady's place where she's staying. Much better, Benar, much better. I don't want to bother it now because she's sitting naked in her tub outside. But there's a pathway that runs on the side of the like along the fence line on the far side of the house, like if you from the bathroom where you guys in the house that we just looked at. If you follow the fence line behind her house, there's a gulch, and you can go down the gulch, and there's a stream that runs 200 feet further before it hits the next neighbor. And I'm including like a walking easement and stream access for people who like the jungle kind of thing. It's not like a finished trail, but
Just
it's
to
beautiful.
check out the stream, that's awesome.
Yeah, to me it's like one of the most special parts of the property.
Oh.
But it's totally overgrown right now. But I've never cleaned it up, but I go down there and play sometimes.
Music?
Play energetically, I just
yeah.
hang out.
What's that for you?
I think that's a something P. Can't remember what Sean called it. It's a nitrogen fixer.
And so it's a 3-acre piece.
3-acre piece plus the walking easement and stream access. You know, or jungle play.
I love it.
I do too. Yeah, I think it's really nice. Where's this hose go? Oh no. Here's another one here. It already has installed in it a 5-bedroom septic. Sure. Which means you want more of any of it or some of it? None of it? You want some, Benar? It has a 5-bedroom septic installed so that it's ready to build a big 5-bedroom house.
I love to learn about septics.
Yeah?
Favorite? No, I'm just.
Okay.
Well, I love it.
All right.
Consider it done.
All right, good.
Tell me about the vacation rental and what that produces.
It produces, it's full like almost all the time, like usually 28 or 29 days a month. And it gets $150 a night plus cleaning fees, so pretty much all the rental money is profit. So it produces over $50,000 a year. And we have a website that does good and all that would all go with it. I don't know. And the market, as you know, is not like booming.
Right.
Isn't this sweet down here? I love this. This is
Yeah.
what I'm keeping. I mean, this is already on the other property anyway.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome. We should do some pretty cool like ceremonies down here. And
Yeah, we do.
Let me get the Earth Dome location.
But the thing is, when I met Benar, he said the first thing I asked him was, "Why are you here on this earth? What's your deal?" Because I just
Good.
want
Nice
no
way
one
to
to waste
start it.
any time
Right,
anymore.
that's great.
And he's like,
That's why I
"Well,
like you.
I want to build earth domes, around help help people, you know, build everything, and I want to move to Kauai. I was like, Kauai? I'm from there.
It was good.
And he was getting his realtor's license, but then he never finished.
This used to be an all-year stream coming around the island. So beautiful. Hasn't been running since the flood 3 years ago. It did 1 day or 2 days after the big rain a few weeks ago. But and check out that rock, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
It's like a smiling.
petroglyph.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna move this. Watch out. This rock will fall. Just kidding.
Is that your joke?
Yeah.
That you use when you walk the land with people?
It's the first time I ever did it. He did it. I had a guy working for me. He did another one here. I think I'll just take it.
In case they wouldn't fall.
Yeah. Bernard, if I wanted a really small video camera, the smaller the better, that would take quality video,
$150.
but would also take quality still pictures, more than 3 megapixels.
$150.
Which one?
It's like the Target brand one. It's $150 there. You just put in a chip and it shoots HD and it's the palm of your hand.
Serious?
Yeah.
And how many meg stills will it do?
Yeesh.
Okay. Yeesh.
Yeesh. I think the email probably not enough to do like.
So not 5 megapixels or something. I'm more into still than video, so that's important that I can do both.
It's placebo-able.
Placebo-able?
Placebo-able.
Did you say Target?
Target's got it.
So I'll go online because we don't have a Target here.
They have it. It'll say, I think it was 4 megapixels. But
Wow, that's adequate. I mean, I got an 8 that I like. I'm thinking of going higher, but I like 4 is adequate for being able to do both. You weren't here at the last Carib and Cacao Festival, were you?
I heard about it.
Yeah. We'll have another one. Maybe we'll have one in March when you guys get back. We're going to have one like maybe...
2 weeks of March will be here.
All right, we'll try to have 2 this spring.
You
Okay.
arrange your life around me, please.
But of course, the more the merrier.
Great. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Here. Creeping in the thing here. First day back from Kauai. It's about 5 in the morning, a little delirious, getting ready to go to sleep, looking for water for Prita. Got some new glasses. Kitchen got a remodel. Things are looking up. Go ahead and show you the bathroom. Anyways, place is all buffed out, and turns out that everything is alright. Put a feng shui mirror. Actually, I'm not even sure if that is feng shui, but it apparently in hard corners is where you get 45-degree angles to the door. Causes something. You gotta put a mirror up. And in China, they have octagon mirror wars. Because an octagon mirror reflects it back. Plant's been on the drip line. And let's go say hi to Prita.
It's freezing. Don't video camera me. Alright, did you bring the water?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god. I just got off of a plane. Don't videotape me. No way.
Well, here's the water.
Thank you. You can put it. No! The water is bucket. Can you just come in bed, please? Oh, please.
My hands are ice cold from the water. Pure Life.
Please, baby, can you make me warm? I'm freezing.
That's Nestle water. You don't want that water.
Please, can you just... I'm freezing. Please. I've been waiting for you. Please, just come in bed.
Okay.
Can you move this a little bit here?
What?
Can you move that over?
Just some of the so this is a roof panel, so when you make your gotta turn the machine on. Sandali, what do you need? probably $3,200, $3,300. You build everything here, just pretty much almost the way you build a house. Pretty much.
I don't think so.
Second, you gotta tighten up the coil here. And ready to fire. This will be 12 feet long. It's one the roof. This is your stud material. And that's your tack material. Slide that in there. Put a screw in it. You're all done. Is that sexy?
Ooh, look at that.
What? Here, put this in the car.
In here it smells.
To show that this is steel right here. Yeah, this whole thing just came from our factory.
I'm just like in shock. I'm sitting there in my room in shock that you just left like that. You're driving me away. I'm telling you right now.
Hello, my name is Sat Kirtan. I am one of the visionaries with the Bliss Bar, and we are here at the Go Green Expo. Now today I get a very exciting opportunity to share with you some power high vibrational medicine that has really helped improve the quality of my life. And what I'm talking about is Zamu. You're probably familiar with the whole juice phase, fad, extravaganza that's happening on the planet at this time right now. That's because millions of baby boomers and other citizens alike are hungry for residual income and powerful means to help provide great healing in their bodies. So what exactly is Zamu? Zamu is 7 rainforest ingredients. Camu Camu. Camu Camu is the highest vitamin C of any fruit on the planet. It's 20 times more vitamin C than an orange. Also grows underwater for 6 weeks out of the year, and during that time it's picking up all the trace minerals of the Amazon basin. Also really helps with the uptake of serotonin in the brain. So it clears your day, brightens your mood, elevates your consciousness. Also has cacao. You've all heard about the superfood properties of chocolate, dark chocolate, and it tastes amazing. Pineapple, mango, acai, which is super vital for the whole body, cinnamon, and sangre de drago. What else is in this juice, you might ask?
You want to be healthy?
Nada. No preservatives, no xanthan gum, no fillers, no grape juice to fill up the bottle. That's pretty much just it. It is USDA certified organic. Now, if that wasn't exciting enough, why would you want to do Zamu versus all the other juice products on the planet? Well, the answer to that question is you can save the rainforest at the same time. Every $1,500 worth of product that we share with our loved ones, we are able to secure the legal land rights to 1 acre in the Amazon rainforest. That title to that land is then handed back to the indigenous people in the rainforest. That keeps them on the land, and we're working hand in hand with them to sustainably harvest the herbs that are growing in the forest. Sorry, I don't know if the sound.
And in 5 minutes, the show
Should I keep going?
will be closing. Once again, in 5 minutes, the show floor will be closing. All attendees, we hope to see you again.
Here, you can get some B-roll while you're doing this. Are you still rolling?
Celebrate going green and the environmental cause. But once again, the show floor will be
And I'll drink
closing
some.
in 5 minutes. Thank you so much for coming today to Go Green Expo. Sponsored by
It's so good. So where did we leave off? Do you know? So every $1,500 worth of product that we share with our loved ones, we're able to secure the legal rights to 1 acre of land. We're taking those titles and handing them back to the indigenous people in the Amazon basin who are sustainably harvesting these herbs. They're then taking those herbs, bringing them to us, making them accessible to us to help with our ailments and our vibrancy, and then we're able to basically make residual income through network marketing. So it is a premier business opportunity, a vital healing juice for the body, and a way to help heal the world and end deforestation. We've already saved 1 million acres of rainforest. And with your help and your participation, you can do this too. You can make money, you can help the planet, and you can enjoy some superfoods. You can learn more at healthyandwealthy.amazonherb.net, and you can always contact me at 818-531-8185. And please do visit theblissbar.org for any other information on superfood healing. Cheers to your health.
Because they did not know how to reach that audience, and it pushed us back, just on that business level. But they tried to figure out what we had done. Only, see, they have, well, I guess it's like AIG. They have all these things to pay. better toilets. Or was that one guy from, or anyway, the thing is, they had payrolls for the legal department, payrolls for whatever it is, all these big payrolls to me, and they could not afford to make a $350,000 movie because they had no way to hide the money. And so we got this pushback from just the economy of it all. That the economy inside the studio system, they thought I was trying to overthrow me and Bert Schneider, the guy who gave me the money, trying to overthrow their system. I was absolutely amazed. I said, overthrow Hollywood? The country? Okay, let's talk about the country. Overthrow, are you kidding? I'm just trying to make a successful film so I can make another film. It's called A Track Record. It was simply that, and I knew how to address an audience that they had never tried to address before. So their pushback failed in one sense, and in one another that I did not get a lot of studio film offers, but I got a lot of independent offers. So what I tried to say to people in my part of this industry, which is not necessarily green, but can show green, is I tried to point out that we do it all together. And as you were saying, what is the United States? What is that? It's called the U.S.? What is that word? Okay, there's no them and us. So we have to start trying to not divide ourselves into the green team and the other team. We have to make everybody part of that. There's no I in team. It's a very simple, simplistic way of putting it, but it's true. If we don't all do it together, then nobody's going to take that step. I got on somebody's case when we went to the opening of the film at the Crest Theater. It was a theater I used to own. But I was so young, I sold it thinking the California property was no good back then. At any rate, we walked in, and the last people interviewing me were a couple of young students from UCLA. And they started talking to me about what did I arrive in. Well, I arrived in this hydrogen cell fuel car from GM. And I, for some reason, popped off about Prius. I said, do you understand about Prius? Do you know how hazardous this car is? Do you understand that it'll never save you enough to pay for what it costs to make it? 7%, this is not good. And the guys who work on that car, they're dressed in hazard bio, thank you. These hazmat suits. Well, you're not dressed in one when you drive it. And then I realized, man, I'm just cramming into people who have bought Priuses all over the world thinking I'm doing my part. So I quickly backed up on myself. I said, now, however, I'm not saying they're bad for doing this. They're making a step. So even if your step has been the wrong kind of battery, the wrong kind, corn, ethanol, that's not really a way, but you were trying. Well, then we take the word try and we do it as we're doing it. Trying is a negative word, but doing is doing worse. Yes. So if we all do this, if we all can see a way, and whether it's what you drive, or how you live in your house, how you heat your house, how you cool your house, the clothes you wear.
In truth that don't mention hemp, and I see the 11th hour that doesn't mention hemp, and I think like, wow, hemp produces 20 times the amount of energy that corn-based ethanol produces, and so why isn't it such a central part of the reinvigoration of our energy policy to start growing hemp in the tobacco fields like the tobacco farmers want to do? And I guess what I'd like to ask you, the panel, is how can a lone hemp educator like Hemperdasher, like myself, and the other people in the hemp industry create the kind of awareness to change the politics in this country so that we can re-legalize the cultivation of industrial hemp and avail ourselves of this great natural resource as a biofuel, as a source of fiber and paper and food.
Have you been to Canada?
What's that?
Have you been to Canada and spoken with the people up there who actually?
I know the Manitoba Harvest guys, and I know the Living Harvest people as well, the hemp milk guys. They grow it for food primarily up there, and speaking with them.
That's where we get our stuff to sell down in the head shops here, the shirts, the pants, the shoes, and everything, the oil. It's all coming in from Canada.
It's all sterilized first, though, too.
Well,
so nothing can grow.
Whoa. We don't want that to happen to us, the silver bullet.
Do I have your permission to take your question and broaden it a little bit?
Sure, absolutely.
And I guess that's, we talked about push back. How do you take something you're passionate about, whether it's biodegradable plastics or health, and teaching people to choose health in their lives, or just being free with speech and thought? How do you take that thing that you're so passionate about, when there's a whole industry out there, there's a whole potentially world of agreement of what you think shouldn't be? How do you take that and turn it into a movement or a product or something that will catch on and will become part of our society rather than just a little fringe idea?
I'd like to address this only because when I talk about the environment and I talk about being ecology conscious, I really believe it's about the individual. So what you're doing, you became a hempicator or whatever you called it, something like that. That's what by you doing that, that's the movement. I think that people need to understand that it starts within themselves. It starts with, how am I living my life? How am I showing up in my own personal individual life? It's great. So there's a lot of people in here who are very active, in the environmental movement. But there are a lot of people out there that want to be environmentally conscious and ecology conscious, but they don't know how. And the only way to do that is to become conscious and aware of how you're showing up in the world, and how are you as an individual health-wise? What kind of food do you eat? Where are you picking your food? Where are you getting, what is sustaining and nourishing you as a human being? For me, that's where it starts. How am I showing up as an individual? And when you begin to feel better in your life, then it bleeds into this bigger issue, in my opinion. It bleeds into, oh, you know what? My temple, my body is very important to me, and what I put into it is very important to me. Therefore, I want to go into the world with that kind of consciousness. So it's about a change in consciousness, and it's also about a community. So it's about the individual, but it's also about the community. The individual becomes the community because the individual is not separate from the community. We are one. It's a corny woo-woo statement that we say in LA, but the truth is we are one. So as you take care of the individual, you begin to take care of the community. You begin to take care of the planet Earth, which is the temple that we live in.
Mm-hmm.
That's very Taoist. That's how they work. It all starts with you, and then your home, and then.
I thought of it.
It's all about money, too.
Totally.
I mean, if you can show...
Without money, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, if you can show you can make money doing hemp clothes and everything, temperature, and then people who are in the business of making money, which is everybody, and in this business in this country, maybe if the government can find out, it can tax the hemp fields. Now go for it. Right now, there's only one reason that we cannot grow hemp in this country. This started in 1927 with a moral movement that said, this is terrible, we have to stop this, and eradicated all hemp. It was stopped.
You know who started it? First.
Oh yeah, because, what happened was, it was the paper people.
That's right.
They needed to find some way to buy their paper. And the chemical people who said, well, we can take all your sawdust and together we can make this stuff and it's called paper and you're off and running, and forget that what they did with the Constitution, whatever they wrote that on, that's out the window. And they made a law that outlawed it until 1943. When the Japanese took over the Philippines, and we had no more rope. We had all these big boats that we had to make rope for. So we were allowed to grow hemp again for a year and a half, and then they cut it off.
With special license. Yeah, I saw that special marijuana license.
Well, it wasn't marijuana.
No, they wrote marijuana on it. They
I
did.
have
Look at it.
those.
And they spelled it without the
I want one of those. The picture ID too.
The next panel, you're definitely up. The most knowledgeable person in the.
If you can show that, in other words, money can be made from this process, you might be able to break through the idiocy of that. It's like Henry Ford building his cars to run on ethanol, and then Rockefeller said, well, screw that. We're going to stop ethanol by stopping all things we can't drink. So until Ford stopped making cars that put ethanol, as soon as that stopped, whoa, prohibition was gone.
One more thing you like about Henry Ford, you can look this up on YouTube. He built a car, which you can see, using hemp fiber and I think it was a tree resin that was stronger than steel. And they banned it, and that thing would be biodegradable. I'm working with some friends of mine to see if we can recreate it. Because
let me take your seat and you take my seat.
So, you can find it.
So,
you know, I'm not going to take anything away from the fuel here, but you know, it's interesting with my company, Perf Go Green. I was in the plastics business for 15 years, and about 6 years ago, it's a great story. I'm walking on the beach in Florida with my daughter, and she's telling me, "Dad, I'm learning in school that you guys are polluting the planet with plastics." And I said, "Kid, you're absolutely right." And
your question was about how do you make a difference? How do you change the world? You know, inspiration goes a long way for other people, and there are two people that really inspired me, one of whom is my mother. Are you here, Mom?
Yes, she is.
Where is she? She's gonna stand up. Just wanted Who's really influential in my life, and
Come on. See that one over there? That's how I tell if everything's going to fit. You know? So, and here's your electrical holes again, see? And then this wall is shorter. It looks like it doesn't fit. See how it's shorter? That's because when this wall comes down and the roof goes over the top here, I'll zoom in and show you. Window. This roof plane is going to plane. It's actually going to plane down there, and then it has to hit. See, because the roof is going to come all the way across, and then 3.5 inches away. Inches away at an offset. Those two lines are going to touch. Watch. Offset 3.5. So if I'm correct, those two lines are going to intersect right exactly on that spot. How about that? Is that cute? So that's why this wall appears to be lower, so it appears to be wrong, but it's really not. Because when this wall rotates around and it's facing that way, and the roof comes down, it's going to go over the top, and then it's going to hit the corner of that wall exactly on the corner. So this would be the
the kitchen. And then this goes outside here to a patio. Which, let me fix this one here because we need a, right in this corner, right there, we need a little something to hold the building up. That'd be nice. So you go out of the living room to a covered patio, or you go out of the nook, the kitchen nook, to a covered patio. And then we have an island kitchen with 2 pantries. Going to a dining room, and these are big archways, so these would be, let me show you how this would go. This Lowry, that's going to look something like this. So that the arches and stuff and the thick walls, it's going to look, you know, it's going to have these kind of thick walls. So that would be, you know, these right here. That's this kind of a 12-inch thick wall. So see how the wall appears to be thick? Mm-hmm. And it has these archways. And then this kind of a room with all of these sides, that's what we have over here, right here. You go in the entryway, and then above, in the room up above, it's a closet in this bedroom. So you come up the stairs, down the hall, into the bedroom, and then you have a private bath. Here's the laundry room. This is an elevator from upstairs to downstairs. So it has a, you know, an elevator. So this would be an elevator right here. And then you go in the master bedroom, and here's the closet. You can walk through to the bathroom. And then here's that balcony again, that same one that was downstairs right here. It's upstairs right here. So then you have a railing. And once again, I gotta go snag that post, because we're gonna need to have something to hold the building up.
Here we are at the Earth Dome, day 8, after finding out that was failed miserably on the first attempt, fixing the errors, and this is what has become. Diamond wire for the stucco, and we're about at our height. Have about 14 feet in here. Seems pretty spacious for 10 feet. Hey guys, the professionals right here. We're working hard. Everybody. And there's Kingston. Lauren in the place to be. Got the manzanita tree. And finishing up the last line.
This is, my friend.
Yeah.
This is inside or outside? This is it. O así. No, este no he puesto yo.
Yeah.
It's for ceiling.
Sí, es para el ceiling.
For ceiling, for the... No es for the
Okay.
wall.
Then just use chicken wire.
Oh, okay.
¿Le pongo this outside o inside?
Es que, bueno,
¿No sabes tú?
así como lo llevas ahorita.
Así da. Para que este quede para allá, que no se venga para acá. ¿Sí estás seguro?
No, es por el otro lado, pero como tú lo quieras poner.
No, porque dicen que la celda se viene para acá y dejarle para afuera.
Como quieras. Pero es así, ese lado para afuera, el que tienes para adentro.
¿Este para afuera?
Ey,
O sea, puede quedar así.
ey, así. Así.
¿Así?
Yo así lo he puesto. Otra vez, sí. Pues de todos modos, hágase como el caballo, no se duerma.
¿Qué pasó, cabrón? El caballo. Ahí estaba con los ojos ahí abiertos, pues que le iban a agarrar.
I crush the can with my bare hand and I throw it on the ground and just skate off. And I filmed a little video of it. 30-second commercial. It was tight.
We're here at the, the Venice Community Center.
Venice.
We're working with the youth of the Venice community and training to install solar. So basically what we have here is we showed up last week and got all the measurements down and then worked with the kids about how to design the system and how many modules will fit where and things of that nature. And then we showed up yesterday to start working. So we determined where the modules were going to fit, did our measurements and our layout, and then we put these mounting in that you see. This is actually called the solar wedge because it will hold it on an angle. Very common for flat roofs. You want them on an angle to optimal sun. And so now the roofer is here and he's going to flash around all the mountings so that there's no leakage. Once those are done, the next step will be to mount our rails, which we have the rails over here. There's 4 modules per rail, so if you got 6 modules, it's actually a rail and a half, so it's kind of what's in process over there. And then once the rails are up, we'll put the modules on the rails, run conduit between the arrays, and that's about it.
Planning on doing that today?
Today we're going to get the rails and the modules on, and then tomorrow we'll come back and start working on the electric. So we'll actually run conduit from the EMT from the array down to the inverter, and that sends your DC power to the inverter, and then the inverter gets hooked into the AC. And so what the inverter does will convert the DC power into AC, and it feeds the AC into the main panel. And if your solar system is producing more power than what you're using, the meter will spin backwards and actually subtract your usage. So at the end of the month, you potentially could be getting a credit of an electric credit. Unfortunately, California does not pay you money for your electric credits. They just give you a credit. I believe some states will actually pay you money. So it's kind of an incentive for people to install solar if they could get a paycheck from the electric company every month instead of giving them a check.
It's just my world. Get to the river. Okay, that's fine.
It's not like around here, you guys.
Yeah, you guys cock. Well, do you want us to cock them or you want to cock them? You got cock in the trunk? We got cock. We can do them. Hey, Coco.
We got Sikaflex. I don't know what you guys use. Okay.
Yeah, if you want us to do it,
We can cock them up. It'll give. I mean, we got plenty of hands here. What we will yeah, 'cause before they get cocked, they need to go through with a pair of pliers and just make sure all the posts are tight.
That's the best way to do it. You guys just.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they got tightened up before they got cocked, because otherwise you're ripping the caulking to tighten them up.
Excellent.
Hey Ruben, how you doing?
Pretty good, Salim, man. Welcome to Venice.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to Dogtown, Ghost Town, Venice to us.
What are you up to, man? What's going on?
Well, today we've got some solar training happening, getting some at-risk, we like to call it Promise Youth, ready for the green market, the future. Cool job, you're saving the planet, at the same time getting to do some real work. Venice, you know, we've got the haves, the have-mores, and a lot more have-nots. So this gives us a chance to get these guys trained and get on some of the roofs around here and in Santa Monica. Plug in solar technology for everybody, the city, the rich, everybody.
Hold on. So what's going on over here? What you got the little kids here, and you got the big guys here. What's up?
This is like daycare for the next generation. We do a lot of daycare for the community, and also for some of the students have their kids here.
Oh, some of these guys have their kids there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cool.
So how many of them have kids?
Got almost all of them, actually.
Wow. I mean, that's great. I mean, I have kids.
Yeah,
I started young too.
But for some of them that qualify, they can have their kids here. They don't have to worry. They can just drop them off here, come straight into work or school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, I know as a young father, you know, I had a child, I was 18, close to 19, you know, going to work, just trying to figure out the basics.
Yeah.
So you guys also help with that, you provide that, that's what
Absolutely.
you're saying?
Our student base is 16 to 24, so you got a lot of young adults here. But, you know, some are married, lots have children.
Oh, okay. Well,
Typical
that's awesome.
setup.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what do you think? So, I mean, I really want to know about Venice, really. What can you tell me about Venice?
Well, we got a whole actual melting pot here. You know, you've got, they really say that Ghost Town or the gang area starts a couple of blocks over this way, but it's out here a lot too. We sit in the alley and in the street. Our clientele is mostly in gangs and things like that, and you know, we don't actually disrespect them by telling them to get out of the gang or things like that, but we give them the tools to empower them. You know, people think that you should get up and get functional and get your money and move out of the community, but the idea really is to keep them in the community and build up the community by bringing wealth into the community.
Yeah. So I noticed, I was trying to get in the other day, and you guys have that gate lock, like it didn't used to be locked. Now you got to push a code or something?
Yeah, now you have to push a code. There was a big gang war between Santa Monica and Venice, and shootings and stuff, and there was a machine gunning right here on the street. So, you know, it's a different mindset.
Machine gunning here?
Yeah, right here. And you know, it's a different mindset for the students to, you know, a lot of these guys take 3 different buses, an hour and a half across the city through other gang turf, you know, so the idea of wrapping your mind around the idea that you have to risk your life to come here and learn or to get the training and stuff like that. It's another mindset.
So this seems to me like you come here, this is a safe haven. You know, you get here, you get some nurturing, you get some job training, you get your kids get taken care of.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And there's several different programs that come out of here. We've got the handy workers where we get up to $5,000 a house for low-income folks to get repairs and painting and things like that. And then we have RAPS, West Side Painting and Repair. And
so those 5,000, how is that funded? Where does that come from?
The city.
Oh, so the city of Venice or Santa Monica? How's that
City
work?
of Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Venice is actually a part of Los Angeles, although many of us would like it to be its own community.
Oh, okay, so it's not incorporated, it's a part of LA County, City of Los Angeles, and then they, what you're talking about is they give $5,000 per
household.
Per household.
For low-income folks to get much needed repairs.
Right.
We don't get into like super structural stuff, but you know, painting, new windows, new doors, things like that, new flooring.
That's great.
Plumbing, you name it.
And so, I mean, what is the attitude like when someone is at home and these guys come into their home and, hey, you know, we're going to do some work? How do people generally react to that?
they're initially really shy and maybe a little wary, and they don't want folks to come through the house or something. They're afraid, and then they get to know individuals, you know, and realize that it's not scary. And it just seems to me the nature of mankind is basically friendly. So pretty soon they have relationships with these people, and they're calling students in for side work and things like that.
Oh.
Doing doggy doors. There's a guy that wants to come over and tear out some walls and install some French doors and stuff over on Cloverfield. You know, you got your $1.5 million homes, and
right.
These guys schlepping over there from some tenement somewhere to do the work, and they become friends.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a holistic approach. I mean, it's like involving the community from different demographics. Really, people start off a little bit fearful. I'm sure the stereotypes go in both directions, right?
Right, yeah.
Like also, like, hey, those rich people, that stereotype, you know, and then all those gangsters, that stereotype.
There's an interesting
right?
stereotype that you find out in all of this is everybody thinks that, you know, like the poor people are down here in the flats and it's exclusively rich people up in the hills. And we get up in these jobs up in the hills and somebody has an old house there that from 1920 and maybe they've lived in the house the entire time, and you know, they're getting by on $8,000 a year. I mean, they just can't afford it. So the idea that they're all rich is just bogus.
Right. So you never know. You got all kinds of people, and it's just important to not stereotype and just, you know, just be open to people.
Well, I mean, one of the dichotomies of this town is you got the Whole Foods, often called Whole Paycheck, right next to the 99-cent store, you know.
Right. And this is all brand new.
Yeah, this is all brand new.
This is all brand new.
Yeah.
And so Venice is constantly changing. I know I've been around Venice a lot of years, and like you said, I've seen the murders, I've seen the craziness, you know, and I just also see just irony, you know, a lot of beauty too, and people in general.
There's a lot of beauty here.
People are just
a lot of talent
beautiful.
here. I mean, this was the home of Jim Morrison and the Doors. Canned Heat came from here. Suicidal Tendencies, just you know, a musical hotbed of its own. You can go into news groups for MP3s, and there's Venice music.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what I want to say is, I know a little bit about your background, but you know, like lots of experience in construction, very talented. I mean, why here?
Why here?
What's going on? Why are you here?
Well, I worked exclusively for rich people when I retired from music, working on their homes. I used to like building models, so I could go build really big models on rich people's dimes because you would have the best toys and things like that. And I started seeing a lot of disparity in my crews and the people I was working for. Then I just wanted to do something good, and I lived on a commune as a teenager, and we were on one of the first Habitat jobs with Jimmy Carter, and so I went to Habitat, and I got 4 apprentices, some kids just out of high school, all on probation and stuff like that, and I enjoyed that more than the Habitat thing, and I had Youth Build on one of my jobs. I was really impressed with what they did, how they worked.
Oh, so that's the first time you were exposed to Youth Build, was you were actually a contractor on one of these great jobs.
I was a project superintendent for Habitat.
Oh, for Habitat. Great. And then, wow, so that's your first.
And came here. And
so they brought some Youth Build crew there, and then you said, wow, I want to work with them?
Yeah. Oh. They were great, you know. If the kids learn 1/10 of much from me as what I learned from them, it's a good deal.
That's awesome.
It's a really good deal.
Well, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. And
likewise,
you know,
man.
you're a good guy, and I always like talking to you, man. Thank you.
Likewise, my
Thanks
friend.
for your work,
Take
bro.
care.
All right.
You
cool.
too.
All right. So you know what? We just keep. If you want to do an interview over there, I can bring you someone else. You want to do that?
Okay. This is just good B-roll. I love this wide angle. This wide angle lens. I get them, and
Well, I don't want to do it with that on. It's okay? Oh, you can hear it? Okay. As long as you can hear it, though. Otherwise, because he's got a lot of good to say. Okay. So, Sean, what's up, man? I'm just going around talking to everybody, you know, but I really wanted to talk to you because, you know, just having you be in our class, in the Green for All class.
Yeah.
What was that like for you, man?
Like one of the greatest experiences, man. It was just a good experience for you guys to come out, talk to us about something that we never knew that we could be a part of, you know. Because like, you're talking about the greenhouse gases and, the ozone layer and everything's just going, it's corruption. So it's just, it was good for you guys to come out and give us, an opportunity to know about, give us a solar experience, give us all kinds of things that we never knew about, things that we wouldn't learn just by just going to school.
Well, green is like everybody's using the word green.
Yeah, everybody using green.
Hey, what's happening? This is Salim from Growing Green TV, El Coyote, on a mission. So, what's up, man? You know what? I'm getting ready to get on this roof, but before I get on that roof, I want to say hi to you, man. How you doing, Sean?
I'm great.
Good. So, you know what, man? I really enjoyed having you in our class, man, and just tell me a little bit of how that was for you. I know it was great for me.
Yeah, well, it was actually great for me too. It was a good experience to be on, just be on the team with you, man. And he showed us a lot of new things that we never even heard of before. All we kept hearing was, just going green and stuff with the ozone layer, and we got to do something about it, but none of us actually knew what. So it was good to know.
So what are some of the things we can do then? I mean, like, we got a little more knowledge now, so how do you feel about that?
Yeah, oh man, it's actually, it kind of brought new ideas to me. I actually have my own business plan after, we get it on with the solar things, we go on solar thermal and everything that we're actually getting into. It's actually bringing more experience to me, and I like the hands-on part of going, actually doing something to help the community.
So you know what, I really enjoyed your presentation. You did that presentation on your business plan.
Yeah.
That's exciting to me. You know what I mean? Because sometimes folks think, hey, what are those folks in the city doing? What's all, what I mean? Stereotypes. And I can't stand stereotypes, so I just want to hear more about, like, what's your business idea, man?
Well, my business idea was actually taking wind turbines, actually solar wind turbines, and actually bringing them to the inner city. Instead of having, we have some trees in the neighborhood that are like run down, they're really, falling apart, falling in the middle of the street, and just all this, it's just creating all kinds of debris. So my idea was to actually replace those trees with actually solar wind turbines for, areas in the homes or areas in schools and everything like that, on top of, the solar panels. So would it be like, instead of, having all these, everything that we've done, it'll just actually save money. It'll bring a lot. I know it'll take a lot of work, but I believe it can be done. It started off as a, just a little school project, but I actually took, more lighting to it as I went along.
Yeah. What are you gonna call your business? I mean, I already know, but I want people to hear it because it's like, it's got some flavor to it.
Yeah, I call it the Energy program. It's like it's INNER with the G. It's a dash G, so it's like the energy, like it's actually the energy you get, and then it's like the energy, like the inner greenhouse gases, just to go global.
Energy. So you're
like energy.
All right. So come check out your Energy company.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, you know what? I want to work with you a little bit more on that, man. We've been talking about that, and we want to see how far we can take it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's exciting, And so, just one more question is, when you say solar wind turbines, tell me a little bit about that. How does that? Are you talking about solar and wind combined? How does that work?
Well, actually, how the wind turbines actually run on generators. So what we're going to do is convert those generators to be solar powered. And so we're going to just, instead of, running out of full electricity, we get some energy from that sun. And that's how it actually helps to create that wind turbine, and then actually the wind that's pushing, it helps turn the turbines as well.
So it's a hybrid.
It's
a hybrid. So you're using as many of the natural resources to create energy, and so you're just kind of doubling up, doubling up
that money, and
hybrid.
Pretty soon, look further into it, we'll get the solar thermal involved as well.
So just making sure that.
Just the whole 9 yards.
Oh man, you know what, man? It's a pleasure talking to you, man. It's always good to see you, and I just want to make sure that are you planning to stick with this program, man? What do you think about all this? I mean,
actually, this is the actual hands-on experience with them working with the solar. It's actually, it's bringing more to me. You know, it's more work than I thought. I thought you just go on the roof, set the turbine down, hook it up, and you're good to go. But it's actually, there's, you know, tons of things that you have to check out first. You know, it's actually, you got to do your construction. You know, it's a lot of homework to it. You know exactly how the building is. You know, you have to find, you know, all your studs. You know, it's a whole pattern of what you have to go through.
So you guys already have a lot of background, like
Yeah.
with your construction training and stuff.
Yeah.
And now you're taking it to another level in the green sector, and working with solar.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like you're saying, it involves a lot, and it's not just like, you know, you got to be dedicated to it, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, you really have to be dedicated to know what you're doing with this. And, you know, it's a lot of people, you know, it's a lot of things around this program actually helps you more than you think. You know, it's a good way to get things done, and especially with the solar. You know, people will think, oh, you know, have you had any experience in construction and, you know, working on top of roofs? Like, yeah, you know. I mean, we're beyond that step now, so
yeah.
The best thing to do is get this electricity out the work, and it's good to go.
Cool. Well, it's a pleasure meeting you. I'll let you get back to work.
No
Okay.
problem.
I'll get my little helmet on too. So good to see you, and let's get to work. Yeah. Oh, somebody's coming down. Okay, I'll go up after he comes down. Back on the roof up there and get back to work. So I'm gonna go this way. Let's go. So I'm gonna go on up here and visit my friend Tina. Hustle. She's over there, but we're just gonna take a quick little peek at the classroom. This is where we taught the Green for All curriculum. We were in the class and we went out into the community. That was my favorite part, is going out into the community. So that's the classroom, huh? We're gonna come back in a couple minutes because Tina's busy.
Hi.
Oh, can you talk to us?
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to say hi to you.
Hey.
What's up, Tina?
How are you, Salim?
Can I sit here?
Sure. Excuse my mess.
This is my friend Tina. So what's up with you?
Nothing. I'm so excited about all this green building that you're doing and the solar panel installation. All the young people are so excited. They're learning so much. I'm so grateful that it's happening, and I'm really excited. I'm just as excited as they are, if not more excited.
Well, what's exciting about it? Because I mean, I can like go on and on myself, but I won't.
Yes, you can.
I can, baby.
You know what's really exciting about it is that it really gives our young people a true job opportunity, some real skills, some hands-on, you know, just hands-on skills that are just great. And you know, with the what are those things called that they did?
Which part? The solar panel installation?
No.
Or
Classroom stuff.
Oh, the Green for All curriculum.
Green for All curriculum was really exciting because they got to do, they got to go to epoxy, and they got to do all kinds of different field trips that they learned a lot from. And there was really, I saw a real mastery in the vocabulary that when the education first started, they were kind of sitting there like, I don't get it. What are these people saying to me? And then
Yeah, like
after
what? Like with sustainability?
yeah,
right?
they're all sustainable what? And then now they're able to master those words and the terminology and the vocab, and they're really like, they're using them. And it's really exciting. They're using them as part of their regular vocabulary. They can point things out and say, you need to recycle that, you know, and that's really cool. That's something that we've been pushing for, and it really, you know, they're excited about community projects. We just did a beach cleanup, you know, and that was something we hadn't done before, so it's really, really cool.
Well, you know, that was really one of our main goals. I mean, we have several goals, but one of our main goals with the Green for All curriculum was, you know, sustainability, green, go green, you know, these words that are used, alternative energy, all these words
What does it mean?
that people use, and even people that we think, oh, they know what that means. They're in college, or you know, those folks, they know what that means. Well, you know, there's so much to it. And there's so much to it, and so it's really an experiential experience. They have their meaning, but there's so much more potential.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
But what was really great was actually the business plans. Our young people were so empowered when they were actually able to use their imagination. You know, a lot of them wanted to be entrepreneurs as it is, so they were able to kind of mix those two things: imagination, creativity, entrepreneurship, and then make it green. Like it was so cool for them, and they're so proud of their work. You know, so proud of their work. They keep talking about it. When I start my business, this is what's going to happen. You know, and whatnot. So they're really excited about it. They're just so empowered now, and it's a good thing.
Well, Sarah, their teacher, right? You know, she just really took it on and
Yeah, she did a great job.
matched that with the standards that they're having to meet for their high school diploma and, you know, for their GED, right? And match the creating of the business plan.
Yeah.
And they created, you're right, they
And
created
they got a lot of credits for it. They got school credits. They worked on their presentation skills, their public speaking skills, mastery of PowerPoint. You know, there's just so much that we've been able to incorporate on a daily basis between education, life skills, and the green economy. You know, education that has just been awesome.
Well, you know, I really want to know more, like the question that I really like to ask everybody, not just the students, but also the staff, is, you know, why do this green thing? Or, you know, I call it the green thing, but it's really, you know, it's just because it's so much to it, you know, that I really want to know, you know, why, and why do you work for Youth Build, you know?
Well, firstly, I work for Youth Build because what I really like about the idea behind Youth Build is that it's a program for development, individual development, personal development, and empowerment, especially for our young people who really haven't had, you know, the kind of, I don't really like to use the terminology, but the have-nots, or the people who just haven't been educated to, you know, to be empowered, look out for themselves, look out for their communities, and do something about it. So what I like about the green education is that they're really able to do that. They're getting some more additional tools besides what we were already giving them through Youth Build, to, you know, some haptic, real tools to go out there and make change, you know, change within themselves, change within the community, and abroad, you know. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, Youth Build's a great program, and I've personally been involved with this Venice Youth Build for over 10 years in leadership development, and obviously not as a full-time employee, but as a consultant, you know, and when it was time to bring something else, something as wonderful as the Green for All that we brought, you know, and obviously, you know, I was mentored with that. Nwaka Agbo from the Van Jones and the Ella Baker Center, they created this curriculum, and it's awesome.
It's a good curriculum.
It's a good curriculum, and we tweaked it, and we tweaked it, and, you know, it's like any curriculum. You know, there's a curriculum, and then you make it work for who you're working with, and they made it work with us too. They, you know, they were there listening to us and working with us, so it's a team effort. So I really appreciate everything you're doing.
No problem.
And we're just gonna take a little bit more of a tour out here and talk to a couple more people. And
good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tina.
No problem.
All right, let's go. So, hey, this is El Coyote again. I'm just sneaking around, you know, and I don't know what this is. It looks like a computer room, but let's go in here and see who that is. Hello. Hi. Can we come in? Of course. Oh, let's go. Come on.
How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. Thank you. I was gonna sit down anyway. Hey, there's candy too.
Have some candy.
Yeah. So, who are you? I hadn't met you
That's
yet.
a very good question. My name is Sasha. I go to UCLA and getting my master's program in social work. And this is my internship for Youth Build. And I'm here Mondays and Wednesdays from about 9 to 6. So basically I'm like a case manager, you could say. Or whatever needs to be done. If someone's screaming out there, I'll go out there. If someone needs help with their schoolwork.
So you're part of the nurturing team.
I'm part of the nurturing team, yes, definitely.
That's awesome, and we all need that.
We do.
You know, you go to work every day, you go to school, whatever we're doing in our lives, and if we don't get nurturing, it all falls apart.
You should be a social worker.
Well, you know, I'm just working on myself right now, but that's part of my thing is, you know, work on myself, create a stronger environment for my family, and then go out and help other people.
Aw.
You know, empower.
Empower.
Because I'm empowered.
That's a word they use very, very often.
So they have computers here too. I saw some
They
computers
do.
in the other classroom. What else goes on here?
They have computers if somebody wants to come in here and I help them with their senior portfolios or they do some of their homework here and there's a printer that's there. And yeah, they can just look, check their email. Certain sites are blocked, but they usually it's just either like sometimes they go on MySpace, we're not always supposed to do, but they do sometimes. There's emails, they put pictures together. You know, if they need help with their homework, they come in here and they work on it on the computer. Because right now they're working on their senior portfolios.
Their senior portfolios?
Yes.
What is that?
The ones that are graduating, they put things together like the awards they received. They do a little short autobiography of themselves and their resume. They work on their resume on the computer. Because
So really putting their package together
Yes.
to go out there and be competitive in this job market.
And Don, the one that just you didn't see him pass, but his office is there. He's a job developer.
Oh, Don, so he lives over there.
He lives there. He lives right there. And he-
Literally.
Yeah,
I mean, like
he's a job developer, which is great. He finds kids jobs and helps them with their resumes. Teaches them job skills. So.
Well, you know, I won't keep you too much longer because I know you've got stuff to do. But what I do, you know, I always like to ask this is, so you have, I'm sure, did you apply for other internships?
No, they give me. I have to go with what they give me.
Oh, so they go where you? What, okay, so you're here now. You were forced to come here. No,
But no, it's great. They'll love it. Well, in the beginning, they're supposed to place you where you don't have any experience. But I've had an experience with at-risk youth, but they messed up for some reason, and something wasn't signed, but the other placement. So
you got lucky.
So they placed me here. So I was
yeah.
lucky.
So they messed up, and that was a good thing.
Yeah, it was a good thing. There must have been a way. It was actually their fault. I mean, it was just a whole thing.
Well, I have to get used to all these planes and stuff again. I mean, I grew up in the city. I grew up in the city, but I've been living in the country for a while now.
It bothered me, but now, I mean, it doesn't bother me, but it's like every 5 minutes, but you get used to it.
Well, thank you, and yeah, it's good to meet you.
That was how.
Well, you know what? I love talking to people, and you know what I like about what's going on here? I mean, I like many things, but one of the things is it's just, people from diverse backgrounds working together. And that's the key. Now that we have, a country that's more diverse, it's always been diverse, but as far as our leadership, I'm so excited, and it's really bringing us together on a different level, like never before.
Speak to UCLA. You should be one of our.
Well, you know what? Invite me. Ask Tina.
Okay.
Yeah, ask Tina to give you my information, and I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
We have yours, but we didn't have theirs.
You know what? I'm gonna actually write my new address here because I have a new address.
Oh, so that's not.
How you doing, man? I want to talk to you. I've been looking for you. I've been looking through doors and offices all over, and here you are. So, Tim, what you do here, man? What's your job?
Well, I'm a gang intervention specialist, and I was contracted here through an agency called Venice 2000 to help the youngsters out.
Venice 2000 over there, that's Stan and those guys, huh?
I do security, I help in the classroom, assist the kids with their work or whatever.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I understand it, but I just really want to know more like security. I mean, you're here to protect.
I'm here to protect the students as well as the staff that's here. In this area is a bunch of different little neighborhood gangs, and my job is to keep them out of the school.
Okay, so just kind of keep the peace.
Exactly.
Right, because sometimes things get a little bit off, right? And like normal stuff, but a little bit above that here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have kids that go here from all throughout Los Angeles. So when these other kids from this community find it out, they tend to want to come up here and bother them and try to find out if they're gang members or whatever, try to start something. So because I grew up in this area and I basically know everybody, I'm here to make sure that they don't come in here and bother these kids, that these kids can come to school and get the education that they need.
Yeah, so Venice has their local gangs, and
correct.
And so a lot of the youth from here, I've known a few of the youth that live in Venice that have been part of this program, but right now there's quite a few that are coming from LA, different areas, Right.
Like Compton, Watts.
Compton and
areas like
Watts.
that, coming down here trying to be a part of this program.
Right.
But we still have some youth that go here in the afternoon class that's from Venice.
Oh, okay. So there's both. Yeah. Yeah, because Ruben was saying, you know, they catch buses and get here, and then so there's some from Venice locally as well.
Exactly.
And so sometimes what happens?
You know, kids have a tendency to clash, you know, to try to show that they tough or whatever, you know, and put on a persona for everybody else, but it's basically minor stuff.
Yeah, just people, except, you know, sometimes people have a little bit more pressure. You know I can't speak for anybody, but I know growing up in the city, having pressure, losing my temper, that kind of thing. Yeah, well.
You know, we basically got a lid on it. So everything's been working out all right.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're doing good, man, and it's a pleasure. Always good seeing you, and it's good to see you.
Nice seeing you as well.
Yeah, it's nice talking to you, man. I'll see you later. All right. But we're getting lots of footage. You know, you get footage.
Yeah. To be able to get the awareness out.
Yeah, and the other part is the educational component where we do solar training programs.
Okay.
Green workforce development, and that's what we're doing here. Is I put together this whole program to train the Youth Build participants in solar installation, and then at the same time we sold a solar system to the organization that's getting installed at the top there.
Okay.
And so
it's like simultaneously learning, developing, progressing, everything.
Exactly. And so it's social entrepreneurialism.
Right.
And so that's what we're up to, you know, is education first, you know, partnering our marketing with education, and then also obviously doing the contracts and using local people, youth, you know, the inner city youth opportunity.
Yeah. So that way they can find a niche or an understanding so they can progress, you know, green understanding all across the board. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, because we thought a curriculum here called Green for All that Van Jones, the Ella Baker Center put out. It's called Green for All, and what it does is it exposes, in this case, the Youth Build participants to what is green, what is sustainability, and what the green market out there is. So we went to different local businesses, we did surveys, we interviewed the business owner, going out there and seeing, like, there's one subject called the Green Wave in my community, so that first that first class is that. So we go out in the community, okay, what's out there? What that wave that's coming, and how can we get involved? Then there's equal equity. You know, how can we, you know, create equity, meaning that how can we get involved? You know, equal privilege. You know, who are the privileged few that are able to afford this hybrids, the solar systems, whatever we consider green, Whole Foods, you know, and how can, you know, the rest of us, the African American, Latino, you know, other demographics
and financial stature.
Whatever that means
to balance it out so that everyone can become part of society to actually produce something positive.
Exactly.
As opposed to being a detriment to it.
Exactly. And then there's jobs, not jails.
Right, yeah, of course. I like that. That's another really great thing too.
So
Give
jobs,
them a
not
better understanding of what they can do as opposed to what they can't.
Exactly. And so having the type of system, government system, where instead of just locking people up, we're like, wait a minute, this is a valuable resource. We don't just throw people away and lock them up. No, let's see what's positive about this. Let's turn this into a positive. So jobs, not jails. Green jobs specifically, not jails. So, and then finding solutions. So the last component of the 5 different pods or modules or curriculum is finding solutions. So now that we've learned all this, you know,
how do you apply it?
How do we apply it? So we finished that class a couple weeks ago with these guys, and then we went right into the solar actual training on installation, and now they're up there installing the system.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then the next part is I'm going to hire about 4 to 6 of this same crew from this training to do our solar installation at Santa Barbara College. So we're installing 250 kilowatt solar carports.
Santa Barbara too. So that's going to be able to fuel, like, how many kilowatts is that?
That's 250 kilowatts.
So that would be able to run half the school?
No, probably I would say like a quarter of the school, but you know, they're going to need more. It's huge. Oh yeah, and solar carports, so it just promotes, you know, electric cars and electric vehicles, plug-in stations. I mean, really, and for this this group, Venice Youth Build, to be a part of that is even a bigger bonus because it's just more inclusive that way.
Yeah. And they can really watch something grow, so that that way they can realize for themselves that something they start, they can watch it grow.
Right.
So that way, wherever they are, they can start then and see that growth and see that they're actually part of something, which is awesome.
Yeah. So that's really my job with Growing Green.
Cool.
And I have a video background, and I love doing this stuff. So
you can apply all of it to be able to really promote.
That's the thing, is finding your niche.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing here.
Yeah, not swimming upstream the entire time, but allowing it to flow with what you want.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. That's
Get a little bit under your belt, and then that's your dossier. That's what you got.
Totally.
So that's where we're at right now, is just taking our work that we've done in the community and saying, okay, here we are. We've been doing it all this time.
Right.
Now it's kind of sexy, but it's kind of it's sexy now.
But likes to be green.
Yeah, thank God, it's sexy now. Now I go from just being a community worker to being sexy.
Yeah, exactly. From a tree hugger to a tree lover.
Yeah, I'm okay now. I'm okay with that.
Everyone loves you for that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, then the same thing, because if we could help promote using those videos to be able to reach out to more people, especially if it exists on someone trying to find it.
So you guys building them? Hey, George. You know what? I'm just going to walking around looking to see interesting people to talk to.
Right.
Good-looking, interesting guy.
Right. How you doing, man?
Good. So,
okay.
I mean, I know I have some idea what you do here, but really, I want to know more, and I think people want to know more of what Venice Youth Build is about. And who are you?
Well, me myself, my name is George Avalos. I'm a hardcore gang intervention worker. Okay, I can tell you a little bit about my past. I grew up in the streets on the west side. Okay, and I went through this whole drama of my life. Being incarcerated and throwing my life away for once. And then I was one of the lucky ones, that God gave me another chance in this world, to really do some thinking, what is it I was going to do in my life, since I got out of jail. So when I got out of jail, I went back to college because my beliefs was to get that education out of the way if I wanted to better myself. So I go back to college and I got my criminal justice degree, okay? So what I had done, I started doing some thinking, how can I help our people, youth, and also adults, they are incarcerated, because I felt that if the education helping me out, I'm pretty sure I can help our people. They are incarcerated, either young people or adults, like I had said. And I've been doing this job since '98. I graduated, I started teaching a curriculum inside the county sheriff's department, a 15-chapter program, life skills, racial attention.
So you went into county. The actual facilities?
Right, Wayside, Superman.
Oh, you went to Wayside?
Right.
Yeah, I've been there.
So from being there, I started doing something positive. Like I said, teaching.
Yeah, I saw you there.
Program, life skills. So think about it. It's been beautiful since then. Then I got a contract with the city to do hardcore gang intervention on the streets. So I started getting connected with probation department and county sheriff's department with my release contacts to be able to help out the people that I wanted to help.
Right.
And it's been working since then.
So someone helped you?
Yes.
You have someone mentor you?
Yes. It was Jim Brown from the Mariah Camp program.
Jim Brown, the football player?
Yes. That was the one that helped me out when I got out of jail.
Oh man, I've seen programs on that, brother, man. That's great.
And I own that man a lot. He's a well-respected man. I got out of jail. He put a big responsibility in my hands. And started teaching that curriculum, inside the county sheriff's department. And I've been doing the hardcore gang intervention also since '98. And here I am.
So here at Venice Youth Build, right?
Right.
Don't worry, that's not a helicopter, that's a plane.
Right.
We're okay.
Right.
So here at Venice Youth Build, right?
Right.
I keep mentioning this because it trips me out. Like you have to get buzzed in to walk in.
Right.
What's that about? I mean, I've already asked that question, but it perplexes me. I got to keep asking it. What's up?
Well, I mean, me myself, like I was telling you earlier, man, I learned a lot about life, man. I knew the negative side of the world only, and it took me time to really get to understanding what was the other side, the positive side of the world. And I learned that it was about responsibilities. And without me being responsible with myself as a man, as a person, as a father, as a husband, I wasn't going to be able to help nobody in the world.
So you're here helping people.
Helping people right here in the youth build. I started doing also gang intervention for Venice 2000. So,
Stan, keep
Muhammad,
mentioning Stan.
And Melvin. Melvin also. So I started working for them, doing the hardcore gang intervention on the 11th district, because I've been doing the hardcore gang intervention for the 9th district, the 10th district, the 8th, and now I've been doing it for the 11th.
So I'm gonna bring up that gate again, because I used to be able to walk in here and just be like, hey, I'm here, hello everybody. And now I can't do that. I have to get buzzed in. Why is that?
Well, we got a big responsibility in our hands with our kids. When I said our kids, is the kids that come to Youth Build. Youth Build got a great program. I mean, they got a great program that I support, you know, because I believe that we need more programs like this.
So you guys had a problem? There was a problem?
So
is that what you're gonna do?
I believe if we bring more resources, as an example, put security at the door, make sure that our kids walking inside the school safe, and they walking out also safe.
Okay.
So that's why we started getting involved.
Okay.
Because we can relate to a lot of these kids, man. A lot of these kids, they come from the streets. As an example, low income. Second of all, they dealing with a cycle, you know, with the family, you know, growing up around the dad, either was gang banging or not. We can relate to these kids. We know how to talk to them. We know how to approach them. They trust us talking to us when it's a problem.
So this is a safe haven here, and the gate is part of that, keeping it incubated so people don't have to be worried of getting shot while they're working or just taking a class.
They don't need to worry about other people walking inside and bother these kids, because like I said, we support this program. Youth Build got one of the best programs that I have ever seen through the years.
Oh yeah, no, and it's getting better. I mean, I've known Steve Clare for many years, at least 12, 13 years. You know, I don't know if it's 10, 12, 13, you know, I've got a few bumps in my head, you know, but
he's a great man. He's a great
it's been a long time, yeah.
He's just great. Him and Carmen, you know.
Yeah, Carmen,
they doing
Linda,
great
Kristen.
Job. Exactly, they're doing a great job, and I support these people, and that's why I'm here. I'm just here doing my job, you know, make sure that I take care of these kids, make sure these kids are safe, make sure these kids come to the school to concentrate on their education and get that out of the way, because it's one of our main concerns, really, you know, because at the end of the day it's about the kids. You know, so if we all get involved and we all will be on the same page, what's our mission with these kids, it's a beautiful thing, and this is exactly what we're doing at Youth Build.
Opportunity.
Exactly.
Well, I just wanted to, you know, thank you very much, man.
No, you're welcome.
You know, I might need you to come to Ojai with me and protect me, man.
Anytime, man. This is what
I'm
we're
just
here
kidding,
for,
but you know,
man.
hey.
We're here to help each other.
All right, man. Much love, man. Good to see you, man. Okay. Bye.
Just being a teacher, it's really important that we're consistent and we follow through. And we asked them to do these poster boards the last Friday, and we didn't have time to follow through with them. So it feels really important to me, as far as honoring the work that they did, to the very first thing that we should do
Okay, so you do
besides
the poster boards at
yeah
9 or
is
something.
because I just want to make sure that we're consistent
Well,
because
well-
there's so many variables going on.
Well, let's back up a minute, because we are going to spend time today to go over our plan for tomorrow. And so what we'll do is, right now, in a couple minutes here, Linda will take us all on a tour of the whole facility.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, we'll come back here and we'll start our vision board, right? And then we'll end with planning tomorrow.
Okay.
So what time is it? It's 1:30, so we hope to be done by 2:30.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, is that okay with everybody?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have to leave, but I work at 3. I teach at 3:15 again, so I'm back in the Woodland Hills. So
Oh,
I have
okay.
to leave by 1:45.
Okay,
Or,
so-
I'm sorry, 2:45.
Oh, okay, so we should be done by 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ambitious.
Well, what we're doing is pretty ambitious.
But at least we're knocking it out, and everybody showed up. All the
Right.
players are here, and
Do you have your curriculum?
I do.
Okay, great.
so that's why I said turn it over to Celine. What do you want to do? So
Okay, so let's go.
We're here.
Okay, well, welcome to Venice Community Housing Corporation, a jewel in the city of Venice, which is part of Los Angeles. Today I'm going to probably give you a mini tour of the agency and talk a little bit about our programs here, which focus on youth, people in housing communities, people in transitional living situations, and also there's an infant child care center next door. So as I'm coming in, I'd like to say hello to Candy, who is our receptionist. You're on camera, Candy. Part of the Venice Youth Bill. Here are our executive offices for the agency. And we have Angela, who is our payroll person. Now, Angela, be nice. Angela, what is your title?
Make me choke.
No, I'm not. I should have warned you, but I knew you would hide. She handles all the payroll and all the bills and so forth. Just say hi.
Hello.
Hello.
This is our development department. This is Marlise. Marlise, would you like to share? They're from the Green. Celine Sandoval and what is your organization again?
Oh, who are we?
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, we know each other. We're Growing Green, and
Growing
we're providing the curriculum, the Green Frog curriculum.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're really excited to have you guys.
Would you like to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about Venice Community Housing Corp? Just a brief overview of what we do. I just kind of did a tidbit.
Sure. Okay. Well, Venice Community Housing Corporation started off as a housing organization to help low-income residents of Venice and Mar Vista become housed. And in 1994-5, there was a big gang war in Venice. So then we started looking at helping low-income residents with economic opportunities. So we started a youth development program that helped youth gain job skills and a high school education. And so that's what Youth Build has grown into today. And we're really excited to have the Green Project so we can get more jobs for our youth. We also do a number of things, anything from free child care to after-school programs to free home repairs for low-income residents in Venice and Mar Vista.
Thank you, Marlise.
You're welcome.
No, you can take that off. We also have staff now who are working kind of like on our vision for the remaining 4 Fridays for the Green Economy curriculum. And so we have here Sarah Wakasa, who is our teacher. She's a teacher for Youth Bill, and she's employed by the John Muir Charter School. And we have Tina over there, who's our case manager.
Tina.
She handles our case management for Youth Bill and Another Chance students.
Yeah.
Throw it all out there and then maybe put it on the timeline after that. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to do collage or just talk about it.
And do the lesson the way we did it. It was pretty basic, but basically just have them actually put different goals goals or different things they'd like to achieve, really, really specific things in various areas of their life, so that they weren't focused just on the material. So I broke it up into like physical, material, spiritual, what else? Community, friends, family, people that they know in their daily lives. So we can do it like that, or we can, do it more organic. And basically I just had them fill it in, as a little graphic organizer, and then they chose the ones that were most important to them, just so that they weren't overwhelmed by, this big list of 100 things. And then from there, then they, found visual to represent it, and they labeled it. So we can do it like that, or...
I have just a really general question. What are we creating a vision for? Is it the 12 hours that Salim and I will be working with this group? Is it for this program for the next 10 years? I'm not even sure where we're at.
I'm thinking about the remaining 4 Fridays.
Yes.
For cycle 7.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
So we're looking at for 4 Fridays.
4 Fridays. The 2 more Fridays in this month and the 2 Fridays in December.
So for 12, we have 12 hours. Got it. Okay.
So I think that would be a good place to start from.
It would be.
And I know that we don't have a lot of time to do this, but I think I'm a big dreamer, so I think that we can.
There you go.
We can definitely get some stuff down, vision stuff on the curriculum, specifically the 12 hours. But also, there's a bigger picture with that too. So we can start on the bigger picture. We don't have to dive into it, because this is going to take this vision board is going to be a progressive vision board.
It's probably like ongoing dialogue.
Yeah, we're just scratching the surface.
Especially when we get to the next cycle, which will be a little bit easier. This cycle's been a little crushed,
Right.
fast. So the
Right.
next cycle will be a little bit easier.
Okay.
What would help me is to know, since you are all working with these students every day in and out, and you have a bigger picture of their lives in general, and clearly now their goals. I'm so glad thank you for doing that. What would you like to see? I always start when I'm designing curriculum is, what is the goal of these kids walking away with at the end of these 4 days? What should they be retaining and holding on to?
Okay, for me, I would like to see.
So can we have someone? My writing, no one will understand.
Okay.
But who's got great writing?
I got teacher writing.
Okay, good.
I have visuals. Throw up there for visuals.
That's why I talk so much, is because my writing, you won't understand it. I will though.
Answer your question, Megan. For me, I want the students to have exposure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Exposure just to variety, or
exposure to, I'll say, the world of green. They really know very little. And if you can think of a better word, I keep saying the world of green. But to green, I guess, job training skills for better.
Okay, true.
And that's very generic, because that might include Nancy, what Celine's doing, what Cam's doing, what Bob Ellis is doing. They know very little of these opportunities.
Okay.
So right now we're trying to get them through the program, get them through the construction, and have them finish their high school diploma, and some will go on a journey of school, and some will need a job, but a lot of them really don't know what is out there and what they need to prepare for.
Okay.
So a lot of them are very naive, so I would say that exposure is very important to me.
Okay.
So exposure, job training skills.
Especially the green, because when you say green, they're hearing about it, but I don't think they're connecting it, because they don't see a lot of it in their community.
So to green job training skills would be the whole phrase. Okay. Not just the concept of green, but okay.
Where can I go from? Should I
Right.
go to the school, get additional training? Can I just walk and say I want a job? For
Okay.
green, probably won't work that way, but let's see.
This morning we revisited the sustainability concept, and we talked about what that meant, and we went back over that same handout, and I got a bunch of blank stares. I don't get it was what I got, and so we did dialogue again, and they're really kind of starting to understand. Okay, I kind of think I understand what this thing is. So for me, I think what would be really exciting is not just exposure, not just job training, but really to apply sustainability in their daily lives now. And what I'd like to see ultimately is I want to see really student-driven projects, something that they can create where they can dream and they can organize and plan, and then present it. You know, whether that might be in a video form or just with, you know, presentation boards and a prepared speech or whatever that is. But I really want them to take this idea of sustainability and see how they can transform their immediate community, you know, maybe just within their family, whatever it is. And it would be, they would be in charge with our guidance, of course. And, you know, to create something from that, some kind of solution-oriented, student-driven project. That's what I'm
You're talking about student-driven projects.
Yes.
And when you're talking about sustainability in their daily lives, are you referring more to like really practical, like green environmental stuff, or also just living in a healthy, sustainable manner?
All of the above, and then actually put something into action. You know, thinking more business plan, something that, you know, requires a lot of organization and, you know, projecting goals and. So in their daily lives, but also an actual project, a tangible, something that they can, you know, that we can get results from.
You know, that's pretty amazing what you said, because I went to a meeting, the California's Green Workforce Coalition Industry Intelligence Group meeting.
Good.
So it's a long title,
Yeah.
but basically what we were doing there is with workforce development, EDD, and you know, really what they wanted to do is meet with us and wanted to find out what types of industries actually have employment in the green industry, and what does that mean.
That's good.
So it works great that this curriculum that we're working with really not necessarily identifies that, but gives the opportunity for the students to identify that with our leadership. And then the word sustainability came up, and he said, you know, if we go around this room and we ask everybody what sustainability is, we'll probably have as many different answers as people in the room. So sustainability is one of those words, and it's great to use because we'll get a lot of different answers.
In fact, I'm going to a workshop in San Francisco the first week of December, and it's on sustainability, but it's on fiscal. In other words, when your funding runs out from Department of Labor, how do you keep your programs going on? So again, that's another word being thrown about.
Right.
How do you keep going when the money, you know, is no longer there?
Well, I just want to throw something out. The Green Collar Economy. Van Jones has this great book, and the Green Collar Economy, and how one solution can fix our two biggest problems. So the curriculum that we're working with, just from my understanding of it and all the conversations that I've had with Maka from the Ella Baker Center, is really an opportunity for us to provide this curriculum to participants and really go out into our community and figure out what's out there for us. How can we be included?
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
The awareness of the green collar. Turn me backwards.
The Green Collar Economy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk about my little vision.
Oh my God. Rude.
Well, you know, it's all part of brainstorming. So, for me, what this really amounts to, what all these programs amount to, is social justice, right? And learning how to navigate systems. Whether you get a green collar job or not, you need to learn how to navigate. So I think it kind of starts with social justice, and then it moves to, you know, green, and how social justice and green go together. And we can reiterate those ideas in the classroom, and our young people can build a mastery of that vocabulary, where they can actually articulate it and be proactive in the community, and proactive at getting jobs, and proactive at creating student-driven jobs or projects. That'll be really, really helpful. And I was really thinking big picture. So with Nancy's work with, you said you did arbors and things like that. I have this magical dream that we have a community garden one day, and maybe we can incorporate the young people's. They already have the carpentry certificates, and they do birdhouses and things like that. If we can put some of their art and their carpentry in that community garden, it'll really be their own, and it'll create more ownership, and it'll be really nice. So in the end, it all ends up being jobs and job readiness and community development for me.
And they built some beautiful birdhouses. In fact, we sold a couple of them at our fundraiser this year.
Yeah, they were great. And they take so much pride into things that they do themselves, because most of our young people haven't had opportunity to do things for themselves,
or the knowledge or the skills to do that. So I think that these kind of opportunities are really, really powerful for them, for sure.
So I just want to understand better, just in a 4-day span for Robert to walk out of there with. You want him to generally have a vocabulary in which he could go to an interview and actually be able to answer questions and be present and is that I don't want to put words in your mouth. But.
When I was thinking of what I could put on the vision board,
right.
I was really thinking beyond the four days,
right.
But definitely I would love for them to have some kind of vocabulary that they would know and implement and use, and, whether it be for job readiness skills or if he goes to an interview and they're talking about solar panel installation or whatever it is, he needs to know what they're talking about, right? Okay. So that's what I'm thinking.
Right. Okay. So just really practical, this is what this is. This is a solar panel. This is that kind of okay.
Yeah. So I don't really feel like I can sort of set goals for your guys' 4 days because I'm totally new to this. But one of the things I was thinking today is when I was thinking about sustainable landscaping, and in teaching that, there are thousands of people, doing landscaping.
Sure.
But the key is, with all the regulations that are in existence and will become more and more enforced regarding how we do landscape, it's being able to say, I know how to do sustainable landscape, or I know how to do the landscaping that is required. Right.
Yeah.
So kind of being clear about what those principles are and how your practices either help or don't help to be sustainable.
And what that means to them, as a community.
And have you've received a copy of the curriculum?
I think Sarah has one. I don't have one.
No, I don't have a copy.
Okay, we should.
It's on the Ella website, right? You can download it.
I don't know. It got sent to me. So I have no idea. I know it's from the Ella Baker Foundation, but I don't know if it's on there or not.
I think it is.
Okay. Because the other thing is, okay, so I agree. I mean, everything you're saying is exactly what we want to do. But then it is, how do we deliver the information to them? Because there's so many different dynamics at play here. And I honestly, I have a better idea from working with them last Friday, but don't really know. Have they filled out a job application? Have they had interviews or practice with interviews?
Yeah, we have a full-time job developer here, and we do interviews and interview practice, and they do applications, and they do resumes and things like that.
Okay.
We are a job training program.
So we're giving them a language to use at least towards green collar jobs.
Exactly. Okay.
And then if they were talking about, what I would need is help I've developed lots and lots of projects, but these kids so much better, both of you. So what I would need is help with, what is feasible? What is doable? Will they work at home on their own? Is it all going to be classroom, outside of the time that we're with them? Is it that what we're doing with them in the time that we're in the classroom is very hands-on, and we're actually doing the project in the classroom? Is that more what we're I don't know if you guys want to come over here and check this curriculum out, but it's a lot of talking, and it's a lot of reading, and then it's a lot of writing your thoughts out. And I don't know that that's the best. Now I'm beyond what our vision is, but really, what is the most practical way to deliver the information to the students?
Right. I think for them, it can be a mixture of some reading, some writing, some dialoguing, lots of some video.
Okay.
Lots of hands-on stuff. Games. They're into games. They can create the games.
Okay.
They started doing that.
Role plays.
Oh, so they do like role playing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't
so
know.
It could be almost give each one of them if we were to walk in there and say, you're the solar manager, and you're the hydroelectric manager, and you're the wind manager, and you need to sell your product to me. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Would that be something
and
then they have to go in class, read it, and then sell it to Salim and I?
Exactly. And I think even with that, lots of structure, I think they do really well when you give them clear parameters.
Right.
Okay.
You have 3 minutes to do this. This is what you will include.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, I realized I was way too loose
visuals,
before.
lots of visuals. You can tell it to them, but I usually try to put it twice. I'll tell it to them. It'll be on a handout, and then I'll post it.
Okay.
Just so that, otherwise you'll tell it to them, and 2 minutes later.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot more directive. It's such a fine line for me, the directive and the free. Directive in giving them more information. You know.
Right.
Okay, so games. I like that role playing. That's good.
Yeah, they really.
And then the opportunity to present whatever it is they do, then that always helps them to wrap it up.
Okay.
And when they do present, they're pretty used to grading each other now. So if you want to do that, we can have them grade each other. There's a group presenting; they all have rubrics.
Okay.
That way, they're more focused.
Right,
They take
that's
it more
good.
seriously.
Yeah, because that was the other thing. Like, I wasn't prepared for. Didn't know. Like, well, do we get credit for this? So I'm not
Yes.
even understanding the underlying. Obviously, there's some system that I'm not aware of. Like, do they for everything that they do in there? Is it count points towards
high
them?
school diploma.
Okay. So this is not just a place for them to learn their GED. They're actually getting class
No,
credit.
We don't offer the GED. It's
Oh,
only
oh.
diploma.
Oh, so you didn't realize that. I thought they were here getting their GED. Okay. So that makes more sense. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Got it. Good.
Yeah, credits are very valuable.
Yeah,
It's like
no,
money.
Yeah, no,
It really is.
It is. No,
It's
it
true.
was just like, I mean, it was
Yeah.
like being in my the
That's-
other high school classes I'm in. I'm like,
I hate that.
is this
question.
on the test?
Yeah, like,
no,
do I really
it's
need
not. But you need to know it anyway.
Right.
Everything I say from now on is on the test. Okay, no, that's good to know. Okay.
Hopefully we won't have to answer that question
I
again.
know.
They told me everything we do, everything. Showing up, yeah, you get credit for showing
Showing yeah, exactly.
So what I think I heard you ask, and I don't know if Sarah answered it, is some of this stuff going to be in the daily classroom curriculum, right?
Well, I just yeah.
Is that what you asked?
Is there? I mean, should we develop projects that overlap both of us, or?
I think yes.
Okay.
Definitely, because I mean, even we had the handout and the project that you did on Friday, and then we did it again today, and they're like, it's like they
So it
never
gets
saw
reinforced.
it. So, yeah. And obviously, I can supplement. Like, I wish I would have brought it, but I found an article on Wired. I think it's called Wired online. It's an art like a.
Kudos to you and you. I'm not. I can't. I don't know who does the curriculum, so I'm not meaning to exclude.
No,
right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any recommendations as far as how to carry the information over that we might be doing tomorrow to the ones that are going to show up 2 Fridays from now, so that there's consistency? So, you know.
Sure.
That
So
might
that
be a
there's some
challenge, only
continuity.
because, you
Sure.
know.
Well, one of the challenges is with the alternating groups. You know, for example, we had today's Thursday, so this group I won't see next week.
Okay.
I'll see a different group, and so a lot of them were done with this project that they were doing. So I told them, oh, okay, we'll finish tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow's Leadership Friday. Okay, on Monday. Well, it's actually the next week. So I'm like,
Right.
So then we play a lot of catch up that first day again if I leave anything undone. You know, on
Right.
that last
Yeah.
Thursday.
And
So-
reviewing.
So that's one challenge. So I'm thinking the best thing on Friday would be good, something that stands really well by itself.
It doesn't carry over.
I'm pointing up there because I would like to see.
That might also that we might want to build into
You
all
want
of
to have
these.
the one that has a.
You know, do the writing. Maybe we can, do some math and science. But I really want to
Perfect.
see this sort of across the curriculum.
Right.
And then they can, we can have some games in there, have some writing, research, all of that stuff. Whatever it is we need to do. And then Friday could really be more of a hands-on, so that way they already have, some background knowledge. They already have some kind of vocabulary, and they can look forward to Friday and really